Hey guys, it's Kyle here again, and today I just want to talk to you about two things that I'm most well known for. One is overcoming my cerebral palsy, my physical disability. The other thing that I've always been known for is my battle with anxiety and depression. I'm usually able to control it pretty well, and I'm never down for long, and I always come back stronger. As I'll talk about in another video, there have been some very dark times, but I want to talk about how depression saved my life. You know, depression is not a life sentence. You know, there are mental, there are emotional, there are physical and spiritual or energetic components. You know, there's so many things that go into it. It's not, if you have depression, it doesn't mean you have to have it for life. For me, I know there's some nutritional deficiencies that I need to make up for through supplementation. That helps a lot. Not overtraining, getting enough sleep, lots of things like that, which I'll talk about in another video. But I just want to talk about the concept, the philosophy behind depression and how I approach it. You know, life fluctuates and changes. And you've got to, no matter what else you do, you've got to remain flexible to be able to respond to and adapt to the experiences that are presented to you daily in life. You know, depression either reinforces the victim mindset in you, the negative beliefs about yourself, or depression can give you the opportunities to become stronger and more flexible in life, more flexible to the road bumps. The biggest lessons in my life that have helped me to use depressive bouts as stepping stones to a stronger, more compassionate person, to a persona, have come from strength training. So the biggest lessons that have helped me overcome my depression are through strength training, through competitive sports, and the feelings of success and loss and hurt that come from that. Doesn't have to be the same for everybody, but for me, that was how I saw it. Those were the lessons that I took from competing in bodybuilding against able-bodied athletes and losing, because you could see my cerebral palsy was ruining my symmetry of my physique or my strength, or when I was racing motocross. So with strength training and competitive sports in general, whenever I fail, or whenever I lose a competition, or whenever my physical disability makes it hard for me to even do a specific exercise or an activity, that is an opportunity for me to become a stronger, happier, more flexible version of myself. And with that happiness and that flexibility usually comes more compassion. And the more compassion you have for yourself, the more compassion you have for those around you. I can either give up when I have these roadblocks, or I can look at what I'm trying to achieve with new eyes and a new focus, no longer expecting perfection from myself. Now I just want to learn to participate in this activity that I've just failed at. For example, it took me 5 years to be able to do a bicep curl with my left hand, the side of my body that's affected by cerebral palsy. So I've never been able to turn my palm up to face the ceiling. So it took me 5 years of having someone twisting my hand up so I can kind of lift a dumbbell. 5 years. To this day, I still remember the first day that I was able to pick it up and do it on my own. You know, I still remember that first day that I was able to do my first bicep curl without someone else controlling my left hand. I was able to do it myself. And it wasn't about better than someone else or beating someone. It was self-satisfaction. I felt such self-satisfaction, and not because of winning or competition, but in not giving up on myself all those years. So the reason I compete in strongman and bodybuilding and powerlifting and motocross is not for the winning or the competition. It's for the lessons, the roadblocks, and the opportunities of the learning that come through competing and not quite making the grade. Going back, looking at myself, looking at what's within, looking what's important, and then coming back stronger. And that kind of leads on to my description of depression. Depression for me is like a phase in the cycle of life, or a spiritual awakening, spiritual awareness even, like a cocoon. Think of depression as a cocoon. Every time I break free of the phase or the cocoon, I emerge with more inner strength, more compassion, and I'm more grounded than before the depressive phase. And when I'm grounded and in my body and not in my mind, I have less anxiety. We all live far too much in the mind. We could talk about meditation, we could talk about grounding exercises, and we will in the future. But for me, just the act of exercising or physical activity grounds me to a certain degree. And for a lot of people, that might be a good enough reason for you to start strength training. Why am I making this video? Why today? Why, Kyle? Why? Well, I've just today emerged from that cocoon of depression. We've had a month or two of intense training, extreme financial difficulties and worries, a pregnant fiance, and subpar nutrition, due to finances, of course. And, I'll be honest, it's only lasted a few intense days. I was only in that depressive cocoon for about 3 or 4 days, and I could feel it coming. But I'll be honest, I find wine helps me cope during those phases. When I have that anxiety and I'm nervous to go around groups of people, but I still want to get to the gym or the shopping mall, I will drink some wine. So what I want to say to you is, I'm still working on methods myself for dealing with it in the healthiest way possible. So of course, drinking wine is not the healthiest way, but I keep my nutrition up, I keep my exercise up, I keep my electrolytes and my water intake up, and I drink only in the evening with my partner. I let my partner decide when I'm allowed some wine. So I've just emerged from the cocoon of depression, and today I emerged with a clearer sense of my mission in the next phase of my life. My inner strength tells me that I'm doing the right thing in attempting to educate others through these videos about how to not only overcome physical disabilities, injuries, but how to triumph emotionally. And most of all, the vulnerability that accompanies depression strengthens compassion, strengthens my compassion. Experiencing depression will strengthen your compassion, compassion for yourself, compassion for others. As well as strengthening the compassion that I feel for myself and others, depression strengthens the sense of awe that I feel for each one of you, for every person who is trying to break free from old emotional, physical, spiritual, or mental shackles, injuries, and oppression. And that's a large reason of why I've started this YouTube channel, a large reason why I've started this community. like I said, in my time in life, I should be concerned with mainly running back and earning money, but I know that will come. You know, right now, I feel a lot of strength in what I'm doing. I feel a lot of strength, a lot of compassion, and I feel there's a lot of truth in what I'm doing at the moment. There's massive, massive strength and power in the ability to cry. And that cocoon of depression that forces you to feel true vulnerability. Alright? True vulnerability to yourself. It doesn't have to be to anybody else. And through that vulnerability, you get to see the truth. The truth about how you feel, about yourself, your relationships, your path in life. And from that truth, you can decide what is important to you. With that truth, you can see where you would like to improve. The cocoon of depression, if you embrace the feelings, not just into your mind, but into your body, into your heart. I know it sounds silly, guys. I know it sounds like bullshit, but I'm being honest here. It will send you back out into your life with more strength, more compassion than you had before depression showed you the way. The cocoon of depression makes me stronger every time I embrace it. Every time I don't run away from it. I invite you to feel your emotions. I invite you to feel your emotions in your heart, in your hands, in your feet. Not just in your mind, but in your body. And through that process, use the feelings of sadness, of loneliness, of depression or loss. Make you stronger. It might just save your life or the life of someone else. Depression saved my life, and I'm here to help save yours.